guys, it is Elisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, if you are new, welcome to my channel. I'm happy you stumbled across it, and I hope you would consider subscribing. I post all things diamond painting related. That's my main hobby, and trying to get out content on a weekly basis for you guys, a few times a week actually, while I can. And if you're coming back, thank you for your continued support. You know it means the world to me. Now, we have 3 things here. This is from Jaded Gem Shop. Now, I haven't received a package from Jade in quite a while. Well, I guess that's a lie. But I did pick up a couple more on one of her restock days. I saw a couple images that I'd had my eye on. It's a specific artist that something about her artwork I just love. And then this little guy here, I picked up a mini cross-stitch conversion because 2 reasons. 1, I wanted to try it. And 2, well, I guess 3 reasons. Jade offers a mini version, so it's not so overwhelming. For those that don't know what a cross-stitch conversion is, you take a cross-stitch pattern, you convert it into a diamond painting, and most of them tend to be very large and overwhelming and full of confetti. I don't have the time and the energy to do that, but I wanted to try a small one, and also a couple other creators in the community. Anthony with Single and Placing, Hannah with Sparkling Spectrumite, and Sophie with the Diamond Help Desk. Those 3 are putting on a cross-stitch conversion event later this year. I will put the date of that up if it's known. I think it's in November. I could be totally wrong, but they are doing a cross-stitch conversion event, so I thought it would be fun to get one of these mini kits and maybe go through it in a little more depth for those that are new to cross-stitch conversion. But for this video, I am going to unbox. I'm going to unbox. Am I going to unbox them all? Maybe I'll just unbox these 2, and then I'll save the cross-stitch conversion and make a whole video on that. So let's take a look at what are in these 2 boxes. Let's start with this one. So as you saw, Jade, they each come with their own box, and Jade wrapped them together, taped them together. And they came in, I believe, like a thick, it's not a trash bag, but a thick bag. I don't know the word of it. A thick bag, though. And it made it okay. There's no bumps in the boxes. They're super sturdy. And then they're wrapped in this, sealed in this plastic, which is really good. Not for your ears, but for preventing any water damage in transit. It's nice when they're sealed like that. And then she does include the artwork on the end here. It's hard for me to show this the way I have this set up. So on the end of the box, which is really cool, now she puts the artwork there. Let's take a closer look at everything. I also have something else in here. Now, I always seem to order too big. You know, bigger is better in the diamond painting world, but lately I've been noticing the kits that I've ordered from Jade, I could have ordered a little bit smaller, and I think they still would come out really nice. The nice thing about Jade's shop is she does offer a variety of sizes that you can choose, and she actually has on her site a recommended size for both rounds and squares, because a round canvas typically needs to be a little bit bigger to get the same detail that a square has. So she has a variety of sizes for you to choose. Now this one I chose was a 60 by an 80, so it's going to be a little bit longer than I normally like, but can't wait to take a look. She is coming out with new artwork every Thursday. It's kind of Green Thursday. It's a play on what she did last year. Instead of Black Friday, she did Green Thursday. And now she's releasing every Thursday. So make sure you check out her shop on Thursdays for new artwork. It comes with a sticker sheet now, which is really nice. I'm trying to make it flat for you guys. I like this original artwork. It's printed really clearly. Isn't that beautiful? Something about this artist's work I just love. And this image just called to me. I just loved it. You got the butterflies, you know, unmasking herself, which could have a variety of reasons, and just beautiful. I will tell you the artist's name once we unroll the canvas. I don't want to mispronounce it. And then these symbols are all sticker paper, which is really nice. You can individually peel them, stick them on your containers. We have a serial number, a symbol, and then the DMC color code. This here, the 4th column, is just the quantity of drills. It's not included on this sticker sheet. You don't really need that. Just taking a quick look at her symbols here. They're all printed very clearly. And I've mentioned before, there are some symbols that I think could be a little more simple, easier to read, but so far this looks okay. I'm just trying to, this one might trip up a little bit. We'll take a look on the canvas if we can find it. She just sent these giant release papers. You can actually cut them in half, and I think, how many are in here? I think there's 4. Let's look. They're good quality. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4, so you could cut it in half. That's about, half is about what the size I work with, and that would give you 8. So that would get you through the entire painting. If you put release papers like I do, I have a video showing you how I do that. I just do it row by row, and then there's always a green washi tape in here, which is very on brand. And then her diamonds come in usually 2 bags, labeled bag 1, bag 2. And if you do have multiple jade canvases, the nice thing is she includes the this random number here. This matches this, so that you can match the diamonds to your kit if you did, for some reason, mix them up. Let's take a look at this kit. Now, I'm going to roll it backwards. It is poured glue, so you can roll it backwards. Oh boy, she's huge. She is absolutely huge. I need to start ordering smaller canvases. But, you know, I don't want to order too small, because then some of this artwork won't look good when it's done. It'll just look like, it just won't look good. So that's why I order kind of bigger. But I don't know, I always feel like once you get them in hand, they always seem a lot bigger than what you think a 60 by 80 would look like. Look at that. I'm not going to be able to get her all in frame here, but what I will do is pan her in a minute. Now, you might be able to see these creases. That's actually not a crease in the canvas. It's just from this plastic being rolled. You just have to do that and then put the plastic back. I never do it in a nice manner, but it kind of helps a little bit. Her plastic is actually really thick. It's probably the thickest plastic that I've experienced. I think it's actually been upgraded since the last time I've worked on a canvas, or it's just been too long. Anyway, here's her canvases. She has her branding, little logo at the top, which I think is cute. She's got the scalloped edges to prevent fraying. There's glitter. If you can see it in the camera, there's a glitter topping film. I don't know what you call it. There's glitter on the canvas. Here's the information. So this one is called Unmask, and the artist is Anastasia Hoffman. And then on the top here are Jade's social. So if you're not following her, give her a follow. She goes live on YouTube randomly during the week. I actually think she started to do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday. It's just a very, very informal, kind of like a whip and chat, where she updates on the business too, and talks about things. I'm just admiring this artwork, and I'm looking at the degree of confetti versus color blocking. I've said it before that I'm not one of those people who is super gung-ho about confetti, but I like a good mix. And this canvas so far, what I'm seeing is a good mix. Like this whole thing on the side here, on the left side, the color is blocks of, like, I don't know, I'm not going to count it, but there's color blocking in there, mixed in with a little bit of confetti. In her skin tone too, there's some color blocking mixed in with confetti. Of course, of these smaller elements, it's going to be confetti, because that's just the way it is, right? But to me, it's looking like a good mix. Now, let me take the camera down and let's pan over this thing, because she's huge. Okay, there we go. I wanted to give you guys a good look at the canvas and the clarity of the symbols, as well as a whole view of the canvas in its entirety. Now, if you did notice, I kind of went there at the beginning there, her legend is down here. Now, if you are somebody who uses the legend on the canvas, this isn't a very good place. It's better if it's on the side. Now, I don't use this. What I actually recommend doing, what I do is I will take a photocopy of this sticker sheet, or I will take a picture on my phone. I usually do a photocopy. And then I have it beside me, so I have all the information I need. I don't need to look at the schematic. So for Jade's canvases, that's what I would recommend, so that you have this with you. I mean, before you take these stickers off and kit up into the, make sure you take a photocopy or a picture. Looking on this legend, it's going to be really hard. You can make it out, but even the symbols on there are kind of really tiny, especially the ones that are a little bit more complicated, but you can still read them. It's just going to be awkward, right? Let me see if there's any symbols that might be hard to read. Here, there are some colors that I would consider blurry, like over here. These ones here, to me, they look blurry. I don't know through the camera if they're easier to see, but to me, they look blurry. I would have to, they just look blurry. And this orange one here, so we've got an orange and pink that look similar, and they're actually hard to read. Wonder if I could figure out what they are. Yeah, they're definitely hard to read. So that, I think, could be fixed. I'm just looking for what I think this symbol is. I can't even tell. I might have to email her and ask. I'm not seeing the symbol. I'm not seeing this. Here's the pink one. That's the pink one, but I'm looking for the other one. I think it might be 49, but I could be wrong because it looks something different, but oh, here it is, 32. So the other one is 32. So on the sticker sheet, you can kind of read it, but on the canvas, it's blurry. Even down here, the same shapes and colors. So I could see that being hard for some people, especially with vision issues. There's a, in here too, is blurry. The E's are nice and bright. Down here as well, that Y that I pointed out that I thought might be problemsome is in there. I've tried using a light pad in the past to see if that helped, and it didn't. I'm really noticing looking here that, you know, the black symbols look a lot more crisp and a lot thinner, whereas the white symbols seem a lot thicker, which is making them look a lot more blurry. So just make sure you're being careful when you are working on one of the canvases. Now let's take a quick look at the diamonds. I'm not going to pull all these diamonds out of this one. I just kind of wanted to show you the canvas and the color scheme. So I did get round. I like how the rounds come together better. You don't see the grid in the background, though it actually looks like her canvases are improved. I'm not seeing, but this is a round. I don't know if the squares, if you can still see the grid. Let me know down below. If you have a square and like a recent Jaded Gem Shop square painting, can you still see the grids, or is the grid gone now? Because on this canvas, there's no grid. And if that's the case, then I think the square, I would be open to trying a square again. I usually like squares. And then this one has a lot of the browns and beiges. A lot of warm colors. Now let me wrap this one up again and get the other one. Now I didn't mention her backing is that soft plush backing, which is really nice, and it's really malleable. Now how I can do this is the question. I think she'll be absolutely beautiful when she's done. I might kit her up while I'm working on something else. Sometimes I find if I have a more confetti heavy painting, oh yeah, I ripped the bag, or it didn't come in a bag, that's right. So there is no dust cover, like if you were to wrap it back up, you just put it back in the box like this. I decided to roll it the other way. It's kind of tight in there. There we go. Now let's take a look at the other image. Just going to take the plastic off this one. Now I think this one's a little bit smaller, not by much. Growing up, we did a lot of road trips to the States with my mom and my dad. Travel all over the States, a lot of deserts, and when I saw Jade had this image, it just reminded me of my childhood and traveling, and I just thought the colors were beautiful, so I picked her up. So let's take a look. Again, comes rolled up in the canvas like this. Let's see what comes inside. Again, you get your release papers, just cut them in half. You got your green washi tape. Also forgot to say no toolkits. I do believe she has an option on her site where you can tell her you want a toolkit. I don't use them, so I don't care for them. It would just be a basic toolkit though. And we got our sticker sheet with that original artwork. So this is what I would cut out and put in my paper logbook. Isn't she beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. This one has 51 colors. Again, pre-cut labels. A lot of the same symbols are used in each canvas, so the more canvases you do from Jade, the more you easily recognize symbols, which is nice. And this one has 2 bags of diamonds as well. A lot of greens in this one, some reds and browns. Again, I got it in round. A lot of darker blacks and browns in there. Her quality is amazing. Super shiny. They are super, super shiny. Let's take a look at this one. She is pretty. Now I'm just looking at the background here because of the nature of the painting. There's lots of confetti in the background, the way the sky is. Lots of green down here at the bottom. And again, I'll do a pan over again of her, but I thought her dress was just so beautiful. Lots of confetti in the skin. Like every other diamond looks like it's a different diamond throughout her arms. Yeah, that's a lot of confetti. And then a little bit of color blocking in the background. Symbol wise, I'm looking through here. I would say some of it's a little bit blurry. To me, at least my eyes are focusing a little bit blurry on some of these symbols in this area. Here we got some of those colors, same colors down here. And they are a little bit blurry. I think they're a little easier to see in this image actually compared to the last one. Especially that kind of sunrise one. And here's her arm. So you can see there, lots of confetti. I'm interested in how that will look finished. If it'll be kind of splotchy or if it'll even out. And then even her dress here, like, I don't know. I feel like I might try and do a little bit more color blocking. I need to learn a little bit more about colors and variants, and because you do want a bit of a few different tones to give it some depth, but I think you could get away with a little more color blocking in that area. All the white areas, like the symbols, are super clear. I just find maybe the coloring on the canvas is just oversaturated. But up here, like the symbols look all clear. I'm not seeing anything blurry up here. Maybe a little bit in the outline of her face. We have some of those symbols that caught us up in the last one too. Now let me move the camera so I can do a pan over. Say hi to the people. Say hi, people. Say hi. Hi. She says, get out of my bedroom. Okay, guys, so there is that painting. Now, what's up at the top? So this painting is called Letitia. Sorry, I missed that part. Letitia is the name of this painting, and the artist is Anki Moore. Anki Moore's artwork I really love. It's got a nice soft touch to it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Let me pull out the original image again. Again, you can see here how the sky is. You got some whites and blues. It's like a cloudy day, so you have a lot of confetti up in there. Isn't she pretty? She's just gorgeous. Some of the symbols, I'm not going to lie, are blurry. In other kits that I've also had, I have noticed some blurry symbols too. For me, it's hard. I find it difficult to work with blurry symbols. And the light pad actually made it a bit worse, so that didn't help either. I was hoping that by now it would have been resolved, but I don't know. I guess it's hard to have the supplier fix it. It almost looks to me like the symbols, some of them are just too thick or too pixelated. So when they print them in such a tiny little space, they do come out blurry. I wonder if the symbols could be made a lot thinner, if they would be more crisp and clear. I'm worried about the rendering in this lady's arms as well, with the massive amount of confetti. I guess I should have took a better look at the rendering on the website before purchasing, but I'm not an expert, so this is just my opinion. But I think it could have been, if there was a little more hand charting, maybe it would have looked a little better, a little more uniform. But that's just my opinion, right? We're all entitled to our own opinions. I hope she can get it fixed rather soon. I know she's aware. And she is working with her supplier. It's just, I'm sure if she could snap her fingers and fix it, she would. But when you're dealing with somebody else, it's a little bit hard to do. She is beautiful, though. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Now, shipping probably was about $20. I hope I'm not wrong. I think so. She ships it by UPS, and she ships it in a way that we don't have to pay customs or duties. So I got in this order 3 canvases, or kind of 2 canvases and a mini cross-stitch conversion, and I didn't have to pay anything extra. So it was just the shipping that I paid through Jade's website. Processing time, I think she still says some of her canvases take 3 to 12 weeks. All that info is at the top of her website when you first go to it, so you'll be able to see what her processing time is. Everything is made to order, so once you click your image and your size, she will send it off to her manufacturer, so that's why it does take a little bit longer. I have heard that she is starting to stock some small paintings in her shop so that she has some at the warehouse. I'm thinking she probably has a separate spot in her website with in-stock paintings for you to look at. And then those mini cross-stitch conversions, if you're thinking of trying a cross-stitch conversion for the first time, I think they're really cool, and I will unbox that in another video. Anyways, I'm running out of air, you guys. Any questions? Let me know down below. Otherwise, that's it. Happy diamond painting, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.